Hi, I'm Vera, your digital assistant. Today we'll look into the future of finance, and it's closer than you think. What if you could own a piece of a skyscraper, gold, or a hotel for $10? What if access to big money no longer depends on banks, connections, or $1 million in your account? This is called real-world asset tokenization, or RWA. Make yourself comfortable. I'll tell you all about it. What is RWA in simple terms? RWA are real physical or legally registered assets that are converted into digital form using blockchain technology. It can be anything: an apartment, a building, gold, a car, bonds, stocks, even a harvest or a winery. Tokenization turns these assets into digital tokens, like shares that can be bought or sold, stored in a crypto wallet, earn income, and be transferred without borders or intermediaries. Why is RWA even necessary? Expensive assets are now easy to sell. Imagine you have a business center in Berlin worth $40 million. It brings in a stable 15% annually. A great asset, but you can't sell it quickly. You need one wealthy buyer. Long negotiations, lawyers, taxes, paperwork, months of waiting. Now imagine that this center is tokenized. It's divided into, say, 400,000 tokens at $100 each. Each token is a digital share, a right to a portion of the profit. The owner doesn't need to find a single buyer. They can sell even a portion of the tokens in a minute to anyone in the world. That is what liquidity is. The asset is no longer locked. You manage it, simplifying access and transactions. Want to buy an apartment in New York? You'd have to go to the US, get a visa, pass checks, hire lawyers, wait months, and hope no one cheats you. And now, tokenization. You buy a token for a share of the property. Everything is already verified. Data is on the blockchain, lawyers have cleared it, documents are embedded in a smart contract. One button, and you own a piece of the property without visas, banks, notaries, or endless bureaucracy. It's not only faster, but also cheaper. Without intermediaries and commissions, anyone can invest. Investing in real estate, factories, hotels, and even planes used to be for the wealthy only. Not anymore. With tokens, you can start with $10 or $100. You're not just buying an asset. You're becoming a co-owner of a real property that generates income. People from different countries and backgrounds are gaining access to tools once reserved for the elite. This is a true financial revolution. Speaking of financial revolution, let's look at why this is beneficial for governments. RWA helps reduce a country's debt burden. Governments around the world are constantly borrowing money. Tokenizing real assets like land, real estate, or infrastructure allows for quick private investment, not through banks or international loans, but directly from citizens and investors worldwide. This means that the state can issue tokens backed by, say, a piece of land, a state fund, building leases, and sell them to regular investors. And the money goes directly into the budget without increasing the external debt. Moreover, the assets are not lost. The state simply shares the income or temporary ownership rights. Instead of debts, digital shares that are easily traded and return money to the economy. Transparency and control. With tokens, everything is visible. Who bought, who sold, where the money went. Every transaction is in the public domain. This is beneficial for the state. There will be less corruption, more trust, and it's easier to control the budget and projects. How does RWA work? The owner tokenizes his building. 500,000 tokens at $100. Now he can sell 50 tokens for $5,000 quickly and without brokers, and investors around the world can get a share in the property and 15% per annum. How can an ordinary person make money on RWA? RWA allows people without $1 million in their account to start investing with minimal amounts. Example, you have $100. You can't buy an apartment or a power plant. It's too expensive, but you can buy part of these assets in the form of tokens, a piece of a rental house and receive part of the rent, a share in a solar power plant and receive profit from energy, part of a car fleet or an airplane that works and brings income. You invest in the real economy, not just in speculative coins, and receive income even with small investments. The future of RWA. More and more countries and large organizations understand that tokenization of real assets is the key to transparent, fast, and accessible investments. What awaits us? Clear rules. States will create laws so that tokens work according to clear and safe rules, connecting banks and funds. Investments without borders. Maximum protection. Thanks to blockchain and smart contracts, everything is transparent and protected from scammers. In 5 to 10 years, tokenization will become as familiar as a bank card or online banking. What is already happening now? Already now, large countries are actively developing or have implemented regulations. The USA, SEC, and other bodies are discussing rules for tokenized assets. EU MiCA is coming into force. A general law for the crypto market, including RWA. Singapore, UAE, Switzerland have also created favorable conditions for tokens. The legal framework is being formed right now. Banks and funds are connecting. BlackRock, the world's largest investment fund, has already created a fund with tokenized assets. JP Morgan, Citi, Franklin Templeton are testing and using blockchain for RWA. Even the National Bank of Singapore conducted pilots on government bonds in the form of tokens. RWA is a new way to own, invest, and participate in the global economy. Tokenization of real assets makes money more accessible, makes the system fairer, and gives everyone a chance to be not an observer, but a participant. Nations are reducing debts and increasing transparency. People invest with minimal amounts and earn real profits. We're on the edge of a new financial world, and it's already knocking at the door. Now it's up to you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to learn how to get in the game and not miss out on the future. See you in the next video.